Hey guys, Happy New Year. Welcome to the Gen Files. Today we are doing the intro for my 2023 Project Pan. I am doing this Project 10 pan style, and it's pretty straightforward. You start with 10 products, and whatever you hit your goal on gets to roll out, and you roll something else in its place. And the reason I decided to go with this style of project panning is because it keeps things a little bit more manageable for me right now, a lot less products to focus on. When I'm making my videos these days, I have to kind of condense things a little bit because of time, and it'll just be easier to put up updates that way with less things to talk about. I didn't really stop using all the products from last year's project, but some things I'm also kicking out, so I'm going to talk about those first. First product is the NYX Lingerie. If you saw my empties video, this made the empties video. So I was thinking this was going to roll into 2023, but to my surprise, I ended up finishing it. I used it 7 times since the finale, and yeah, finished it up, emptied it. So I'm really excited. I will miss it though because it is a really nice nude color. It is a really nice nude color on my complexion. I really liked it. It was one of my go-to nudes that I could always rely on. I don't think I'll be buying this again right now, but I do keep it in the back of my head like that I loved it, so in case I did want to pick it up again, it was a go-to. It was an easy one. So this is going to get rolled out. The shade Cocoa Puff, this is an Ulta shadow. I wanted to use this 4 more times to hit the goal of 15, and that wasn't hard to do. I ended up using it 4 more times. Really pretty. Really nice, easy, basic go-to eyeshadow. The Milani Make It Last setting spray. I originally had the goal of finishing this after I hit pan on my MAC Fix Plus, and I think I'm gonna roll this out of the project. I might declutter this, actually. I've kind of been back and forth about my setting sprays with the decluttering thing. So the nozzle slash sprayer thing on here does not work at all, like really well. It comes out like a stream. And what I was doing before was spraying it on a sponge and then applying it that way, but I'm decluttering my sponges because they're really old and I don't know when or if I'm ordering sponges again. So like I said, I might end up decluttering this. Might not, but either way, I don't really want it in the project because I just don't know how I would or if I would use this again. So we're just going to kick this out, and I won't be mentioning this in the project anymore. Okay, so this perfume, the Maybe Baby by Benefit, I had in all year last year, and I made it to this line the last update, and I didn't even update the lines because I could probably draw like one more. It came down like a little bit. And I decided I do not want to pan this in 2023. I'm a little burnt out on this fragrance, and I just have a feeling I'm not going to want to go back to it. Yeah, this is discontinued, and it had been discontinued for years now. I got this in like 2006 or something like that, around that time. So maybe even before that, I don't remember. And it's just not my type of thing anymore. It's a very sweet, peachy, champagne-y fragrance, which is nice. I liked it enough to use it that much last year. I think I'm done. I think I'm really done with a lot of my fragrances, and it just doesn't make sense to pan them anymore. So we're just gonna boot that one out. Now let's get into the products we're using in 2023. First product is the Sonia Kashuk Contour Stick. I have been talking about this since about February of 2021 to pan. This is where we're at with this, and I do want to finish this in 2023, like pan it completely. Now, it has come a long way since 2021, and I still really like this cream bronzer. It definitely has that going for it. It's just really old. Sonia Kashuk does not make makeup products anymore. She does more like tools and toiletry bags and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how long this has been around. But it still works really well, and I still really like it. Since the finale, I've used it 15 times, but when I measure it using the Z palette that I have, it looks kind of similar, so that's not surprising. So I know this is in it for the long haul this year. I don't know when it's going to finish up this year. I'm going to say probably towards the end of this year, but I might surprise myself. We'll see, but we're still going with this guy. Then we have the Tarte Birthday Suit sample. This I've been working on since last year. I forget what month I rolled it in, but I'm still working on trying to finish it. It is one of those like birthday samples from Sephora. I've since pushed the product to the mouth there, so it's all collected in there, so it's easy for me to scrape out, but this does go a long way. I've said that multiple times on here. It is a really pretty nude shade, but I've kind of been very fickle with it the last couple months. Like some months I really loved it, some months I couldn't make it work, and I had to like mix it with other things. Since the finale, I used it 7 times, and I've really enjoyed mixing it with certain colors. I found like a mix that I really liked, and just wore it on its own a couple times as well with a smoky eye. So I've enjoyed it again since the finale. I really liked it. So we're going to try to finish it this year. I'm going to say this is like a longer term product as well, even though it's so small. It's just how it applies. So it is a very full coverage, matte, opaque formula. It's January, so we have the whole year to finish it up. And then we have these 2 eyeliners that I've been working on. So the first one is Copper by Wet n Wild. My goal last year was to come down to this line right here. I didn't meet that goal, but I'm down to here now. So yeah, so the goal is halfway from where it was when it started. I'm still going to keep that same goal. We're just going to keep moving towards that. I used Copper 9 times since the last update. So I think I'm definitely going to hit that goal this year. I think that's definitely doable. In case you've never seen my videos, that's what it looks like. Very, very pretty wearable eyeliner that you can pretty much wear every single day if you wanted to, because it's not super dramatic, but it just gives the perfect amount of definition. I love that one. The other one, of course, is Avon, the black eyeliner. Looks like this. It's getting old as well, and the goal is kind of the same for that, trying to get halfway from where it started. So here's where it was in the beginning of last year. This is where I am now. I was able to use black 7 times since the last update, the finale. And I learned a lot about those 2 eyeliners and just how long it takes to use up eyeliner. So that was a great lesson in 2022. But knowing that and based on this data, I think the goal for this year is definitely doable. So we're going to keep trucking along with that. I have one perfume that I'm still working on. It is the Love Struck Vera Wang perfume. I was able to draw another line on there for this update, and I got it down to this line right here. So it's definitely on its way. There isn't a whole lot left in here, and this is the only perfume right now that I'm working on. So I think it'll go even quicker than it's been going. So I'm expecting this to be emptied maybe by March, maybe by April, we'll see. But I think it could be even sooner than that because, again, it's the only one I'm using right now, and there's not a ton of it left. So I'll be really excited to finish this. You know what's funny? I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I've been liking it. It definitely is fruity, but not super fruity. It has a little bit more floral in there, so I think that's why I like it more. I don't like super fruity things these days. I like to have a little bit more of that either floral or musk thrown in there, so it's a good balance. So I do enjoy this. So that we're going to try to finish. Now, I know at the end of last year, I was saying that I was kicking out this Too Faced Peach Perfect powder because it's super mattifying and I was having skin issues with an allergic reaction to something. Now it's back in the game. After I figured out what was causing the issue, my skin has gone back to normal and I'm able to use this again. And in fact, I prefer using a more mattifying powder because of the types of foundations I'm using, or the skin tint I have is really dewy, which I prefer that in a foundation or, you know, skin tint or whatever. But I think sometimes it can get a little too dewy and I need something to balance it out. So this has come in handy again. So it's back in the game. The last update, it was up to here, and I have been using it a little bit more once I figured out what the issue was and once my skin calmed down. I was using this again and haven't drawn a line since the finale. Not able to do that, but my goal is to finish this off in 2023. So I'm excited about that because I thought I was going to have to put it away. Now I don't. I can keep trucking with it, and I do want to finish this off completely. So super excited about that. Decent powder. Probably won't get it again, or I don't even think I can because I think it's discontinued. I'm kind of immune to the peach scent thing now because for a while it was bothering me. Now I don't even notice it. It's just like whatever. The 7th product is going to be new to this project. This is the MAC Half Red Lip Liner. And to swatch it, that's what it looks like. And I decided to pull in this lip liner because it's just so long. I have a couple lip liners left in my collection and they're all much shorter. So I know this is like a really weird reason to pull it in. But the fact that it is this long means that I don't use it enough. So I've had it in my collection for a couple years now. Like, it's one of the newer products I have, which isn't saying a lot because a lot of my newer products are still pretty old. But I think it's about time to trim this down a little bit. There's no way I'm going to try to finish this at all. But what I did was set a goal, kind of like the liners, the eyeliners, of trimming it down just a tad. Yeah, maybe to that line right there. So it's not as awkward in my collection, like this huge long stick thing. And I think it'll be a lot easier to get to that goal than it was for the eyeliners, because first of all, I'm using it on my lips, a lot more surface area there. And I've actually enjoyed using a color like this recently. I've kind of been more neutral lately with my lip colors, like once in a while doing a more bolder colored lip, but I do enjoy wearing colors like this. I've realized this last month, and I could actually pair this really well with birthday suit. I think that worked well with this color if I want to tone it down a little bit, or even other colors I have. So I'm really excited to pull this one in. The NYX Abu Dhabi Matte Lip Cream. I had this in my deck of panning last year, kind of prepping to get this pan for 2023. I've used this 6 times since the finale of my deck of panning, and I want to finish this completely in 2023. It is one of my favorite lip colors and a staple, and really easy nude color. That's what it looks like. Really, really pretty. I'm wearing it today. It's really easy to use, and it goes with like every eye look you can think of. I love it, and it's old, so I think that makes it a good candidate to pan. I'm excited to finish this up in 2023. I have a highlighter in this project. This is the Ulta Beauty Liquid Illuminator in the shade Starlight. This might be a gimme. I have had this in my collection for a few years now, and it's really hard to see, but I'm wearing it today. I kind of mixed it in with my cheek color there a little bit. It's a very subtle highlight, but it does give a little bit of glow. It is the only liquid highlighter that I have, and I've really enjoyed it. And this might only have less than 5 uses left to go. It's been a little bit harder to get the product out. This I'm hoping to finish up before the next update, to be honest. Like, I hope it does get rolled out. But taking its place after I finish this, hopefully, will be from this Revolution palette. I want to pan, or hit pan, on this highlighter right here. It is kind of like a champagne-y, peachy highlighter. This is a very subtle highlighter. I'll try to like put a little bit more on my cheek. I don't know if you can see it. It's really hard to swatch though. But it looks really, really pretty on the face, and I would just love to see a pan in this palette, or any palette this year. I don't have a ton of palettes, but I've had them for long enough where by now I should start seeing pan in something. So this palette in general isn't bad. It's not my favorite thing ever. I mainly got it for this yellow shade right here because I think it's supposed to be like the banana powder. And the funny thing is, I don't even use that powder that much. I use everything else but that, pretty much. So, but the highlighters I love from this palette. So we're going to try to work on this one after I hopefully finish the other one. And last but not least, we have the Modern Renaissance palette. Like I was saying, I do want to start seeing pans in some palettes, and we're going to start with this one. So I want to hit pan on the shade Vermeer. This already has a really good dip going in there. I don't know if you can see it, but if I turn to the side, gets a lot of use whenever I pull this palette out. So I figured that was a good one to start with. So I'm going to try to hit pan on that and use the entire palette along with it. That is the goal. So hopefully that won't be too difficult. It's been a long time since I've tried to hit pan on a shadow like this. The last one I had in the project was a pigment, so I'm excited to pull in just like a normal eyeshadow this time. So those are all my products. I'm really excited to be working on these. Definitely give this video a like and a subscribe. It really does help my channel out a lot. It helps me know what you guys like seeing. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!